Okay, look, I know I always say that when I start off my lectures, but as you see, this is why California is having a water problem. Look at all these damn earthquakes. Like, look at all these earthquakes. This is ridiculous. Hold on, the screen it went blank on me. Okay. Now we back. It's so many earthquakes on you can't even you losing count. Right? I mean, so many earthquakes in between Las Vegas and San Diego. That's where your water problem is at. Like, this is outrageous. Okay, you got no earthquakes hit Las Vegas, but you got the earthquakes near Las Vegas that's just north of the city. Look at all these earthquakes. We're going to have the Super Bowl this week. With all this earthquaking going on, I'm just looking at Las Vegas first. We're going to look at the biggest earthquake right here. Let's see if I can highlight it. Let's see. I'm trying to highlight. Did I highlight it? No, I missed it. I'm just trying to highlight any of these earthquakes. Do it really matter? It does matter, but I want to highlight the biggest one, the orange one. That's what I'm trying to hit. Maybe I'm missing it because I'm off on the screen a little bit. I'm somewhere taking care of business. I'm trying to do two things at once. And I still can't get this earthquake to highlight. Anyway, looks like it's near the Ranger Mountains. I'm pretty sure this is a 3.0 or bigger earthquake that I can't highlight right now, but yeah, you might say California is sinking. Certain parts of California is sinking and going underwater. Look at all these earthquakes all over Los Angeles area. Wherever's earthquake in there, that's where you have water problems at. I mean, it rains and storms, and it rains and storms in any place, right? But when the water's falling down in these places, they're basically sinking. They're losing elevation. So the water, the more it's earthquaking in the Los Angeles area, the more it's earthquaking in California, period, you're going to have more flooding here, especially along the coastal line. The coast is sinking with all these earthquakes heading up the coastline. Now, for some odd reason, this fault line has been quiet for the past 30 days. Let's let you know something wrong. The fault line that's north of the San Andreas fault, the Northwest Pacific fault, this fault that everybody talks about that's going to give, right? There's going to be a big tsunami. What I heard is going to be a big tsunami coming off the coastline right here when the seashore when the seafloor falls, when it's fall in. You got to watch this area. It's real quiet. It's danger time. This area is quiet, but the rest of the area is earthquaking. It's earthquaking everything off the fault line, even all through Seattle. They're having the same problems California having, and looks like southwestern Nevada. But they're literally getting ready to fall into the earth. Might as well check Yellowstone. Look at Yellowstone. You can see where the lava is flowing at, where it's flowing around Yellowstone, and then it's a wall. I guess this fault line right here is stopping lava from going out from from caving in the rest of the seafloor right here. But the lava is flowing up and down the California coastline, all around the border of Nevada, and then the lava flows back up to Yellowstone, right? We should know Yellowstone is in this area, and it's a volcano here. There's numerous of volcanoes along this coastline here. But you see the pattern. You see where the lava is flowing. You see why California is having the flooding problems that they're having right now. And I seen it on the news. I said, I bet you it's some earthquakes. All that earthquaking is making the ground sink. Look, those red dots are like 4.0s. I know the white dots are like 2s. The yellow dots are like 2.5s or 3s. The orange dots are like 3.5. This red dot is like a 4. Let's look. This is a pretty powerful earthquake in this area. Close to San Diego. Looks like it's probably like 100 miles away from San Diego. But it's earthquaking real bad in this area right here. It's getting ready to give. Just a sign that the fault line is getting ready to give here, and it's filling up with lava. The areas where it's not earthquaking at is basically where the lava is settling at. Where it's earthquaking at along the coastline and in all these different subduction zones is where the lava is flowing. You can see there's a stop here to where the earthquakes are, and then the lava flowing up toward over Las Vegas. So I'm pretty sure there's volcanoes all through here, through this area. Like, this is becoming a major problem that nobody's really covering these earthquakes. And the earthquake should be the biggest blame why the area is flooding so much. Like, this is crazy. I didn't even know this many earthquakes. This in the last 30 days. This in the last 30 days. Look at all these earthquakes. Let's go nationwide. Let's look at it nationwide real quick. Look at it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. We're in trouble when this new magic thing hit. And I got one more warning for all my people in the Midwest. Chicago, you're going to get hit with a 2.5 or bigger earthquake. You got 2.5 up here in Wisconsin. You got the 2.5 down here near Georgetown, Ohio, where it's actually on the Kentucky border. Madison, Ohio. I told you guys y'all need to get the hell up out of there. I told y'all need to get up out of there. Keeps earthquaking there, right? I already looked at this earthquake. It's a 2.0. No, it's a 2.5. It's a 2.5. Madison, Ohio. Same places that keep getting hit. There's what I was taught. There's always a middle point to these earthquakes. You got earthquake here, earthquake here. You got an earthquake here west of Kansas City, in Kansas. Let me check this one out real quick. I'm trying to hold this phone up as long as I can so y'all can see this. Yeah, near Leavenworth. Yeah, 2.5. And Chicago is right in the middle of all these earthquakes. I'm warning you people in Chicago. I know y'all don't pay attention to the weather or nothing. I know y'all don't care about the news or care about sci-fi or anything like that. But I'm warning you right now, Chicago. Get your earthquake shoes on. This the time where y'all need to be peaceful. This is the time when everybody needs to stick together. Because with an earthquake here, it's going to do it at nighttime. And with an earthquake, I want everybody here to be prepared. If you have to relocate, you need to relocate. You need to get out of Chicago. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Because of these earthquakes. The New Madrid fault line is just south of you guys right here. This is the epicenter of where the 10.0 earthquake that's coming within the near future is going to take place here. But before you have the 10.0 earthquake, you're going to have 6 and 7s. You're going to have 6 and 7.0 earthquakes, possibly 8.0 earthquakes in this area. That's include Ohio, Illinois, now starting in Wisconsin. That's the first time I've ever seen an earthquake in Wisconsin. Y'all better watch it. Y'all better watch out, Chicago. That was the first time I've ever seen an earthquake in Wisconsin that far north. It's kind of mountainous in this area. Up by Sault Ste. Marie, something like that. Up there near Lake Superior. It's close to Lake Superior. I vacationed up there when I was younger in this area, and I never seen an earthquake. That's why I'm warning everybody in Chicago to pay attention to this video and not pay attention to nothing else at this moment. You people need to prepare for a natural disaster because it's coming. Cleveland also needs to prepare because they're right next. If I could just, I'm gonna switch hands. Cause my right hand is just stronger than my left hand. But I got, let's see, my coordination, okay. This Madison, Ohio place keep earthquaking. That's the big problem. You keep earthquaking, and I've been watching this place over the years. And I know that's where the lava coming out at. Where all the lava flowing off the New Madrid fault line, this where it's dispersing. So we had a little lake ice over Lake Erie. It froze up, but the seafloor itself was still at about probably 45, 50 degrees, maybe a little warmer than that. But the rest of the ice is melting away right now, but that lava is real deep underground. It's miles and miles deep under Lake Erie. That's what y'all not understanding. And the lava is flowing over into Lake Michigan. Okay? That's what it's doing. That's why you got this earthquake here in Wisconsin. This trying to make this into one big subduction zone where all the lava just flows into Chicago, and it's going to cause a whole bunch of earthquakes within the near future. There's going to be a whole bunch of earthquaking right here within this whole area. Champaign, Springfield, because Illinois, the problem with Illinois is we make it not a safe spot. It's right on top of the fault line. It's right on top of the New Madrid fault line. That's my main thing. That's why I thought about the Ozarks, relocating to the Ozarks, but the Ozarks is just too close to where all the action gonna be at. That's gonna be a big problem with that earthquake in there, and it's gonna be aftershocks, and it's sand here too. Y'all know, if y'all from this area, y'all know this area is full of sand right here. And when the earthquake is gonna be like a big sand volcano, the sand is gonna blow all up in everybody's faces and stuff here. So this is a real dangerous area right now to be in. Okay, you in between Looks like 4 different fault lines that's moving. And it's only one direction these fault lines can go to. In the end, that's Chicago. Because the lava's going to fill here, and then you got the Canadian rock here. That lava can't go under the rock there because it's a big piece of rock right here that's been here since the dinosaur days that's stopping the lava from flowing. So the lava ain't got nowhere else to go. That's the same thing with the Appalachian Mountains. The lava flows under the Appalachian Mountains. That's why you be having the earthquaking right here, and you don't have no earthquaking here at all. The lava flowing south of the Appalachian Mountains, under the Appalachian Mountains, and it's spilling out here past Atlanta into the Carolinas, and it's passing under the Rampo fault line, where it's basically hitting the Rampo fault line, and it's flowing up, where it's flowing up and out to the Atlantic Ocean. That's why you don't have no earthquaking here. That's why these areas here and here are really going to be the safest. You got a little bit of water here for the New Magic event, but there's some pretty solid rocky ground in this area, this part of Canada, where it's going to maintain its integrity, this ground integrity, and not give during the Magic fault line. The rest of this stuff is going to give. Montreal, you're in trouble. Montreal in a whole lot of trouble too, because they right on the fault line. Anything that's along the fault line, where you see you see the pattern of where the Magic fault line borders at, where it's going to hit, and all the places where it's going to border. Right? The big issue is Chicago. Chicago is in the middle of everything, and I just noticed this on this earthquake chart that Chicago is in danger of getting hit. Detroit already got hit with a couple of 2.5s and 3.0s. But Chicago, yeah, you're next. And all my earthquake predictions have been 100% correct for these locations that I've picked. When I say it's going to earthquake there, it's going to earthquake there. Can't get the Huntington earthquake yet because you still need a little bit more lava to flow this way. The lava is flowing toward Huntington, but it hasn't quite hit Huntington yet because you got a little bit of rock here just deflecting this the corner piece, this solid rock right here from dinosaur days in this area, this part of the United States. And that lava is basically running under Charleston, West Virginia, and it's running, I can keep this camera straight, it's running south to Knoxville. So Huntington is safe at the moment until the rest of the lava can break right here. Then you're going to start getting the earthquakes in Huntington like I've predicted. I've already predicted the earthquakes in this area near Cincinnati, and I was correct. I predicted the earthquakes in Madison, Ohio, and I was correct. So like I said, Chicago is next. You're definitely going to get a 2.5 or greater earthquake. So the people in the Chicago area and the people in the state of Illinois and Indiana need to get an earthquake preparation kit, and you need to start practicing earthquake preparation awareness. Warning you. Warning you, it's definitely going to earthquake in Chicago. Now, as you see, it's 2 lava basins. That's what y'all got to understand with this, right? You got the lava here for the Yellowstone, Then you got the lava here for the New Madrid. New Madrid fault line got its own set of lava flowing here, and you know all the lava from Yellowstone is flowing here. There are no lava is flowing here because there's good rock here. Even though you may have some high ground here too in this area in the Great Plains. I mean, it's some flat area, but it's some high mountains too. You could possibly hide out in doing a New Magic event if you could get to these areas. But the problem is water. You already know about this area. Water, food, and supplies are going to be real scarce once you leave Kansas City. So if you do relocate to this area to get away from all the earthquaking from the big cities, then you know you're going to have a lot of food and supplies to survive in this area. Texas, you're in trouble because you definitely got a lot of lava flowing under your state. You got a little bit of high ground to the west, but it doesn't last long because you still got to deal with Yellowstone after you go so far. And then you know most of this area is desert outside of Denver. Once you go southwest of Denver, it's desert. So you probably can find an area with high ground within the state of Colorado, but like I said, it's going to be challenging because vegetation is scarce in this area, period. I mean, you have a little bit of vegetation, but you got a lot of desert area, you got a lot of dry lands here too, and then you got a lot of salt water lakes, like Salt Lake City. You can't drink that water, obviously. It's a salt lake, so you got a lot of salt lakes out here too. A lot of nuclear power plants and stuff. There's going to be a lot of issues with just maintaining fresh water, even if you do get high ground. So, yeah, that's what's going on with California. We're back to California because I cannot believe there's this many earthquakes in the last 30 days. Like this is outrageous. Up and down the coast. Let you know the big one is coming. That's all. Just let you know the big earthquake is coming real soon. The real big one. But it's going to come from here. You see how it's the middle point? You really have the real middle point would be here for all the earthquakes would be Kansas. But the New Magic fault line is going to snap like this. So when it snaps like this part of the United States is going to break. The rest of the United States is going to move up this way toward the new equator. Everybody know the new equator is this way. I'm just curious about Chile. Of course, you got wildfires here. Of course, look at all the earthquaking. The lava is popping up out of the ground, like I said with the Canadian situation. The lava is popping up out of the ground. So you're going to have wildfires all along this. Wherever the lava flowing at is where you're going to have wildfires at. There's more lava. There's a lava basin settling here under the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Right? The strange thing is, with all the weather, with all the water problems Florida be having, they're quiet. They don't get earthquakes because they're really on a flat, I wouldn't say sandy plain, but there's no rock under Florida. So earthquaking is going to be minimum here. That's the only good thing about Florida. You ain't got to worry about too many earthquakes because it's not a lot of solid ground and not a lot of fault lines there to be there's not a lot of fault lines moving around in the state, period. It's just not known for earthquaking. But this Rampo fault line ends about right here. It ends about right here, close to the Florida state line. But you see, that's where you got the earthquaking going on at, in Greenville, near Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah, this is my warning for everybody. This New Magic thing is not going to be nice. This is not going to be nice at all. This is really, really. I'm watching the news, and I'm watching the chain of events that's taking place before we have the new Magic event, and we already got two big events, and we're just waiting for one more. We got the flooding in California with all the earthquaking. We got the chilly wildfires. What's next? Let's see. This is like a new earthquake here. Wait a minute. This is new. This new. We got a new earthquake right here by Montreal. I'm trying to check it out. Let's see if I can highlight it. Still can't highlight. Mm-mm-mm. Well, you go on USGS yourself and look at it. I think it's just the camera angle I got. I can't. Oh, I just highlighted it right there. Just had it. Hold on. I just had it. Because I know this earthquake just updated on the screen, I think. Nah, I'm trying to get it to update, and it went in. So I just push it once. Okay, there you go. I got it. It's a 3.2. Whoa. And the depth is 7.4 kilometers. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be the earthquake that's going to hit Chicago is definitely going to be a 2.5 or a 3, maybe a 4. It might do a 4. So be prepared. Be prepared.